Oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. What a perfect day for football. And we're off and running from Raymond James. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. First down throw by Purdy. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here we go.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers force the turnover on the first series of this game. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it, opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Irving here from the gun. Up to the races, middle of the field. And in, touchdown Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. Pretty throwing here on first. That throw finds Kittle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 45 on second down. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Purdy on first down. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Back to the air on second. Purdy. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So they're left facing third and long.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a quarterback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys can have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a 49er first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Brought in by Ayuk. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Purdy gets this from the pistol. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he almost gets to the 5. He's out at the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Wrap roll 80. Let go.
They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone. Fullback trying to power it across. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Purdy setting up that play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
I I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Baker now from the gun. That's complete, Mike Evans. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Buccaneers who have 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st down, here's Baker. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Still has some space inside the 35. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Slot man in motion left. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Throwing this back in the end zone. Oh, he nearly reeled that in. As close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he...
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, good thing they reviewed it, because after further examination, the call on the field has changed. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. He'll cobble together a yard there. Hauled down by Christian Izien. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their 1st. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Going run again with McCaffrey. He's got a gain of 6 there. That stop made by KJ Britt. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Complete beyond the marker. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Play action now with Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
From the gun is Purdy. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Buccaneers scoop it up! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every...
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Buccaneers get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
He'll throw it. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's the give to Irving. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Right back to Irving now. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of. Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throwaway.
Throwing again on second and 10, Mayfield. Complete out to the right. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Third and just 2 to go.
Pistol. Run, run, run. What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Evans. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. They motion a receiver left. Baker throwing again. This finds Evans, complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Has it at the 7. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers stretch their lead to 21. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Getting out to his left. Throwing on the run, deep down that left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And he'll get it up to the 44. Working quickly here. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Hits some space around midfield. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. Offense up to the line fast. To throw again, it's Purdy. Makes the grab in bounds, left side.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's 49ers football as we enter the 4th of what's been a largely one-sided game. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They're going play action. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers get it back to a 14-point game.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Irving. He's stopped on the return at the 27.
Irving on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Kings, Kings, Kings! Alert, 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 alert! What's up?
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! What's up?
Once again, Irving. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. Completes this one to Otten. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On the give, this is Irving. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Irving on the inside give. And they'll mark him down there after the dive. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down, just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd.
Alert, 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 alert! What's up?
They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Sound the cannons, baby! The Buccaneers win it here in Tampa. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.